morning, people, and welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be bringing to you an interesting way of making your tilapia stew. So if you're like me that hate to eat the same taste of stew every time, then this video is for you. So as you can see, I bought two different types of tilapia fish. I got the red tilapia. Please, this is not the red snapper. This is the tilapia fish, and they cost about $5 each for an average of a pound and a half. So the taste that we're going for today, we will need a handful of crayfish. This crayfish was sent to me from Nigeria, and it is also sold at your local African store, or you can ask your African neighbor to get you some crayfish because you saw this amazing recipe and you want to try it out. They will be more than happy to hand you over some crayfish. Don't be afraid to ask any African person anything. They will be happy to answer your question and help you out. So to spice up this stew, we're going to be using our local scent leaf. It's called inchawo in our native dialect. I just need a handful. This one was sent to me also from Nigeria. They usually get them fresh, dry them, and ship them to me. So I put them in the freezer and just bring them out to use as needed. So yeah, you can also find it in your local African store. Some habanero pepper. Yes, we're cooking fish, and fish needs a lot of pepper. If you ever eat fish without pepper, trust me, you're gonna be nauseated. So we need some pepper, and we're gonna need two big onions, actually one big one and one medium-sized onions. So we need the one red and one white onions. Next, it will be my blended Roma tomatoes. I already blended this tomato and freeze them over in the freezer to preserve it. And then we need four big red bell pepper. 2 cups of vegetable oil, and we're gonna be adding some spices. Gotta have some ginger there, tomato bouillon, curry powder, and thyme. Yes, if you notice, the brand is from Nigeria. I got them when I traveled, so don't be alarmed if you are in Nigeria and you're wondering where this lady got this brand from. Yes, I did buy them from Nigeria. So we need some salt as well, and I'm gonna measure out all the spices that I talked about into this tiny bowl. So we begin by chopping our onions, chop some for use later, and then put some in the blender to blend with your pepper and your red bell pepper. In a pot, you will be adding your 2 cups of vegetable oil and let it heat, and then after the oil has heated, you will be adding your chopped onions and fry it a little bit, just a little bit. I don't like to over fry my onions. I just like to fry it a little bit, and after that you will be adding your blended tomato. As you can see, this tomato refused to defrost. I brought it out over 24 hours, but because of the weather right now, we're in winter season, that's why it didn't defrost at all, but it's okay. We're just gonna boil it and just let it boil. So while that is boiling, we're just gonna come over to the sink and start to clean our red bell pepper. As you can see, I am making sure that I remove every seed. I don't know if this species of red bell pepper will give a bitter taste if you blend the seed in your tomato. I don't want to try it, but we're gonna be washing our crayfish. This crayfish, they usually dry it, and sometimes sand and dust get into it, so you can thoroughly wash it before you start to blend it. Here I am using my food processor to blend this crayfish. Actually, I don't want to say blend, blend it. We'll say blend. And then I add the chopped onions, the one that I chopped into 4. I will be adding it too. Add my habanero pepper into the food processor, throw in my red bell pepper, and begin to blend everything. So back to our tomato that has been boiling. We're going to be adding the blended ingredients into this tomato and let it cook. Back to our fish, we're gonna be cleaning it, washing and cutting it. And if you have the option to get it clean and cut where you purchased your fish, by all means have them do it. It will save you a lot of headache. It took me a long time to remove all the gills and cut the fish into cooking sizes. After cutting and cleaning, we're going to go ahead and start to spice the fish. And then after you add everything, just go ahead and get some gloves, girl. If you're like me, that have a very sensitive skin, I can't stand pepper on my hand. I don't know why my skin is so sensitive to the heat from the pepper. So if your skin is just like mine, get a glove and start to rub in all the spices to the fish. Because next we're going to be throwing it into the grill and let it grill for 30 minutes total at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And here is our fish. I tell you guys, if you don't have an air fryer in your house, you really need one. This air fryer, I got them 2 years ago from my husband as a Christmas gift, and I was very upset. I'm like, of all things you can buy for me on a Christmas day, is an air fryer. I was expecting like a huge designer handbag in that big old wrap, but when I saw the air fryer, I got so upset. Since then, I have loved this air fryer from my heart, and I think it was the best gift I ever got that year and moving forward. So if your husband watching, please get your wife an air fryer for Christmas gift. There's a lot of designs out there, very beautiful. So yeah, back to our cooking. So we'll just be adding the fish in there, guys. We are almost done. You need to try this recipe, trust me. Just follow this recipe step by step. Every ingredient, every spice that I use, if you duplicate it, you will come back and thank me later. Here you have it, guys, our delicious, tasteful tilapia fish stew. So we served this stew with rice, and my husband really enjoyed it. We kept eating and eating and eating, and we didn't even want to stop because this is a different taste from what we are familiar with. So if you watch up to this point, thank you all for watching. Thank you for clicking on this video. Please subscribe, share with your friends and family, help us partner with YouTube. I love you guys, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Bye bye.